Ah, that's how they do it. Greetings, guys. Those that are coming in, love and light. As you all are coming in, you may see, how would you handle this? Not this being the picture that you're looking at, but it's been a common topic the last few years, especially the last couple of years. We hear a lot of topics on narcissism now. It's almost ridiculously trending, but these things need to be said. Awareness needs to be put out there. Okay? So we hear these topics about narcissism, about sociopath, psychopath energies, severe mental illness, severe personality disorders. And it's a little overwhelming for a lot of people. It's a little exhausting for a lot of people. Hell, more exhausting is dealing with it. You know, the education and the awareness helps to shine a light and bring clarity and understanding to a lot of the things we've dealt with. But what I want to talk about really specifically, I like to reduce things to the simplest basic terms. And I do this for myself all the time. And I like to do this because it gets me out of the pretzel. It gets me out of the over-analytical, the overthinking, the obsessions, the ruminating. It gets me out of there. So I wanted to share or use a parable, example, or parallel to help some people get themselves out of the pretzel. So what do I mean? So let's play with some examples. Let's say you knew emphatically that someone was mentally ill, or that they had a severe illness or a disease. Let's say you knew emphatically and had proofs, or someone had communicable diseases or whatever. Like, I'm using all these as examples to bring forward to the forefront of our minds how we would deal with things. So case in point, if we knew emphatically that someone, let's say, we knew for sure that someone was schizophrenic, and I'm not talking about the misdiagnoses, okay? I need to add a disclaimer because I'm aware of that, okay? But let's say we knew for sure that somebody had a communicable disease or whatever. And we knew that, oh, hell, I can use this as an example. Okay, this is a good example. Even though I have debates on this, but when COVID hit, okay, and the individuals that got personally affected by it, whoever, the people who, got sick or whatever, right? So for those of us that had knowledge, right, awareness of when someone has been diagnosed, right? When we have had the knowledge and the awareness of that, our minds aren't in a pretzel anymore. So we automatically know that based on the information, it's not a judgment on the person, but it's just based on this information that I am currently aware of. I know that it will serve me to not involve myself with that person up close and personal, because if I do, then I put myself at risk, right? I'm talking about when we know emphatically. I'm not talking about how you just never know who have it. I'm talking about when we have had situations where we knew emphatically that someone had a positive diagnosis of something. We took the necessary precaution in this case. So what I want to invite you all to try to do and play with it, because we can get ourselves in analysis paralysis and our heads in a pretzel due to the abuse, due to the conditionings, due to one thing and another. But when we reduce things to simplicity, it helps us to get out of the way, understanding that enter at your own risk. You know that this individual is sick, for lack of better words, right? They have known COVID-19, all right? I'm just using this as an example. So enter at your own risk. And so most of us will take the necessary steps and precautions. We won't overthink about it. We're not going to be sitting there scratching our head. We're not going to be sitting there talking about, I don't know. And we're not going to be going through, oh, I don't want this person to feel, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be wise and go, okay, at this time, this is not wisdom. So for those of us out there that know, and I'm sharing this for those of you, because this doesn't apply to everything and it doesn't apply to everybody in every situation. But for those of you out there, you know what you know. Trying to make someone with COVID-19, and again, this is just a parable example, trying to make them not have it so that we can be around them is not going to change the reality that they do. And it's not going to change the risk factors. It's not going to change the possibility that exposure can hurt you, even if that person with it doesn't necessarily intend to hurt you, right? Why am I saying this? Because we spend lifetimes and decades trying to make unwell people well. And in some cases, to our own demise. Because up close and personal connection to them is detrimental to your health and your well-being. In some cases, your mental, your emotional, and then physical. Think about the old school insane asylums. I don't think they have those anymore because, the ethics, there was ethical questions, how they dealt with things, especially in the olden days. But insane asylum, it's not meant, and I'm not talking about where there's a misdiagnosis and foul play. I am keenly aware of the twistedness that goes on to get people wrongly accused and put in those positions. Okay, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about criminally insane. Just all the different, scenarios that take place, right? That would cause one to be there. They're there for a reason. And those who attempt to try to get too close and personal and intimate is at their own risk, because the individual doesn't have, it's not the judgment, it's the observation and the reality, the state of being. They don't have it in them to be able to operate normally. They may be able to do pretend, but that's only for traps, for setting bait and traps. So save yourself, do yourself a solid, okay? This is going to help you to relax a little bit, realizing that you're not here to attempt to save someone. I said earlier that we're not here to try to make someone else wake up. We're here to allow ourselves the free will right to wake up and to fight for that. Likewise, any of our own personal ailments, issues, whatever you want to call it, we're here to deal with our own perspectively, to fight for the right to deal with that. But we're not here to try to make someone else to our own demise in most cases. Because if you're dealing with someone unwell, and I'm not talking about unwellness in the sense that every last one of us have dealt with mental health issues due to trauma and stress. I'm talking about the severe pathology, the lunatic energy, the criminally insane, the things that pose as a serious, dangerous threat. Not somebody's just a little bit stressed out. That's not what I'm talking about. You're not going to make them well. You're not going to make them want to be well. Okay? If you get too close to a sick person, you get sick. This is why when people get colds and flus, and, I'm using the physical analogy to help us to make, dang, I hear it. Hold on. I'm here. I'm sharing this in this way to help people get into simplicity. Those of you who this resonate with, and those of you who are maybe on the earlier stages of sifting through all this stuff, and you go through those initial battles of wanting to be, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to seem like I'm a big fat meanie. I don't want to seem like I don't care. You have to care enough about you first to know when you are putting yourself in harm's way. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. That's the primary goal first. If we think about characters like the Joker and just different, villains we see in history, or whatever we are able to equate things to in life, or people that are just too far gone. And their continual refusal for transformation. You don't waste your life trying to make them want to transform. You love yourself enough, and even them, to not put yourself in harm's way and to not feed into their toxicity, their disillusionment, whatever it is going on in the upstairs of people that are too far gone. And again, I'm not talking about eccentric. You guys hear me make these explanations because there's a lot of people that go around calling eccentrics weird and crazy. Okay? But that ain't what weird and crazy is. Weird and crazy is people that have these double lives. Okay? People that have a persona of purity and divinity and goodness and Captain and Mrs. America, but the truth of the matter, they're anything but that. That's what's crazy. That's weird. Because there's a disconnect between the persona and the reality. The persona and behind the closed doors. People that advocate for charity and steal from the same charity behind the closed doors. You see the dissonance? People that advocate for certain groups and populations on the social media, but are equally trapping these same populations for harm. Having no sensitivity to those very populations. That's insane. People that subscribe to spirituality and religion, yet kill their own. That's insane. That's sickness. That's crazy. And we are not here to play with those types. What do we do when we run into situations when people are sick? We do not go to their house. See how I'm making this real simple. You don't need a three-hour PowerPoint presentation about it. You don't need to research hours and hours upon hours getting factoids. You know what you know. And you take necessary precaution. And that's the attitude that will serve us to get into when we're trying to liberate and free ourselves. Because guess what? Chances are when we have dealt too close and personal to these types, we ourselves have taken a hit. We have been neglecting ourselves because we've been trying to survive living with mental patients. We have neglected our sanity, our mind, our health, our physicality, trying to continue these mental patients to our own detriment. In a world, especially with narcissists, in a world where nothing, honey, is ever going to be enough. Ever. Future faking. Right? Picking fights, which you see all. We have to look at all of these energy. Picking fights, pretending like they didn't do it. You see all the crazy making here? Little digs at your expense. The dog whistling. Google that. Y'all figure that part out. Okay? Those are all hits you take every time you decide to stay willfully, intentionally, intimately connected to these type of people. Brain damage. You see where I'm going? You see why I'm drawing the connection yet? See, we look at things like physical, like COVID or the flu or a cold or some other type of a communicable disease and the physical, and we quickly can equate why we should not be there. But when it's things of the energetic nature or the spiritual nature or the psychological nature, the more insidious, sadistic nature, we don't quickly make those same connections as to understand that the same precautions we have used to not willfully and intentionally overly entangle ourselves with those types. And we should, because it's almost more detrimental. You may get over a flu. You may build up an immunity to, certain strands of COVID. But these other types of things are insidious. They're detrimental to the soul. They're detrimental to your health and your well-being. Yet it's not taken as seriously. Why? Because we make these comments like, well, I'm no clinician. I'm no clinician to diagnose a person. Fair enough. Trying to stay PC. Fair enough. But it's unwise to wait for a clinical diagnosis. Because guess what? It takes someone going and sitting down somewhere to get a freaking clinical diagnosis. You all have heard me say this, and I do this to provoke people into thinking. A killer is a killer before they have been tried and sentenced as one. It does not negate the fact that they're a killer. It just means that according to the laws of the land in a particular location and area, until they have been offered a fair trial and proven, they cannot be judged and sentenced that way in legality. But it doesn't change all of the 12 slew of motherfuckers that they killed before that process, you see. So it's unwise to wait for something that may actually never happen in the 3D. I know this is a lot, but I'm telling you, taking on this mindset has helped me and it continues to help me. Every time I find myself getting in a knot, in a pretzel in my head, so why are we seeing the dinosaurs? You all may say, Why did she select this for this discussion? Because what we're talking about basically is individuals that are operating from a reptilian mind, primitive reptilians, and then the primitive brain. And the primitive mind does not have a proper moral code. Okay, so there's going to be nothing that they won't do in the name of getting their needs or their pleasures met, no matter how unethical it is or how harmful it is to an innocent life. It's like a jungle. And when we have identified that those are the ways of a person, a people, a group, a society, a whatever, no matter what the public persona is, when we have discovered that, it serves us to take on the mind of reviewing them in the way that we would, that would cause us to walk away just like if we were walking away from the plague. Because that's what they are. And we ain't here to battle that. You heard? I had to learn that. We're not here to battle that, friend. That ain't your battle, man. That ain't your battle. That's not my battle either. We ain't here for that. But we are here to fight for our right to be free, though. We are here for that. We are here to battle that, sure enough, okay? Yes, we are. And anybody who poses a threat of our free will to ascend and be woke. Right? We're here to defend and fight to the death for that. But we're not here to try to make the ones that's, nah, we're not here to do that. Okay? That's energy. Listen to me. All that is energy. It's energy. And we could be putting our energy. This is why I'm doing a 21-day challenge, gratitude challenge. And I do these every so often, every blue moon. I think I shared something on my YouTube. Another content creator here on TikTok, I shared it onto my YouTube. And because see, we could be putting our energies into like that kind of shit. Boom, bitch. You heard? Man. And I know it takes time. I get it. Okay, I'm a survivor of narcissistic abuse, right? You guys don't hear me say that a lot. I really look at myself as a thriver. Okay, yeah, I survived it, honey, but I thrived. You heard? Went against the grain, bitch. Like everything. Everything that they wanted from me went in the opposite. Everything that all of that abuse was supposed to accomplish didn't. So I'm still working through things like the next person. We don't have this all perfectly figured out. But boy, woo, you heard? That shit served to wake a motherfucker up. And now I'm a force to be reckoned with. So it is with you, High Vibe Collective. This is the part they don't bank on. Right? It was designed to make you want to give up on life. You heard? To make you want to cry and crumble and go up under the freeway somewhere and cry. I said, whoa. Woe is me. Not woe unto those who fucked with me. That's what this is. It went in the total opposite direction, bitch. But let me tell you, I did, it comes with the whole topic of what I'm talking about, though. I I did have to co-create with my team, and I did have to, in action, the guidances, and cut off and move away, cut off and move away, cut off and move away, cut off, when dealing with that shit, right? So when we honor in this way, we get the support and the backing. And this is what I have seen play out. Is what I continue to see play out. Even in the hard times, even in the challenging times, even in the waiting room, even in all these things, I can honestly say, and it's very well worth it. If we want healthy things, right? Some of the things I started asking myself was like, okay, well, I want to become healthy or healthier and be a healthier person, and I want a healthier mind to do la 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 la. Okay, boom, bitch. If I want to change some dynamics, then I was going to have to change some dynamics, which meant I was going to have to cut out everything that was the familiar that kept the old dynamics going, even though it wasn't simple or easy to do. But when I had decided that, it's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm telling y'all about the I don't give a fuck frequency. It's my favorite. That we will not be repeating history here. When I go out of here, when I lift off this earth school, that mark is going to be left. Okay? Game changer. Okay? Freedom fighter, bitch. You heard me? Game changer. Generational curse breaker. Calling out bullshit. When I die, that's what's left. And see, this is how we change quantum DNA. This is how we change it. We don't change it because we put the post on the Instagram. This is how we change it. We change it because it's data, it's frequency, and it's based on you. The things we're deciding to do and not do every single day, over and over again. Behind the scene, in front of the scene, on camera and off camera. The things that are known publicly and the things that aren't. It's all a factor. Yes, it is, dear. Yes, it is. That's the game changer. Not our TikTok. I love that we got technology, but I promise you, that's not the game changer. These are just portals. It's just portals. But that's not the game changer. The game changer is what we're doing when we're not on TikTok. When we're not on YouTube. When we're not on Insta. When we're not on Facebook. When we're not on Twitter. When we're not on all of these various platforms. That's where the make or break is happening. When we ain't at the Sunday service. When we ain't at the Reiki circle. That's the make or break. I used to be so caught up, understanding now that, okay, I'm Earth Angel Starseed, and I don't use those terms just to be fluffy and frilly. I know people do use those terms to be fluffy and frilly. Everybody's getting crowns and talking, boom, bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's almost just fucking irritating at this point. But anyway, I digress. Not my business. But with the knowledge and the understanding of that, looking back at my life experience as a human, my human life, okay, on Earth, I see now. I see now. There's a reader that I do have major respect for, and I admire her style and her rawness. I'm going to mess up her quote, but she always says that we attract some people for lessons and some for blessings. Like attracts like, and then there's something else that she talks about with the opposites attract. Oh, she says opposites attract some shit. Man, I'm gonna botch her quote. Basically, the premise of what she is trying to say is that when it comes to energy, it's not just the one-sided. Healers attract a lot of unwell people too. If they hold a certain frequency, people are naturally drawn to them, even if they don't know why. They like to be around these types. These people have a tendency to say they feel better just by hanging around this person or talking to this person. And it's because of that frequency. Okay? It's a frequency they hold. It's in their genetics. It's in their DNA blueprint, their soul. I ain't talking about bloodline now. I'm talking about their soul. Their soul journey. It's in the quantum. It's encoded. So this is why even when healers are wounded, we hear terms of wounded healers. Because they still hold a certain frequency. But unfortunately, unwell people usually aren't interested and or looking to be well. They're looking to feel better at the expense of the one that makes them feel better. So they're usually takers. Whether this is energetic, spiritual, literal, however you want to look at it. And healers know what I'm talking about. They know it because they experienced it time after time. People coming into their realities to feel better. Fix me. Build me up. Stroke my ego. Tell me I'm wonderful. Make me feel like a man. Make me feel like I'm on top of the world. And then when you do, I'm done with you. Thank you. You have served. And now I'm going to go chase trash. Healers have experienced this time and time again. So we have to learn what I'm telling you all with this video. We have to learn that we're here to honor our energy. We're not here to be somebody's, energetic heroine. You heard? Give me my fix. Come on. Hit me. Come validate me. Hit me. So I can treat you like shit after I got my fix hit. And then when I go out there and crash, as I inevitably will, then I will be back asking you to hit me. That ain't what we here for. We're here to honor that beautiful energy. It serves, yes. But that's not what we're here for. Because actually, it's not doing those people a service. I know it doesn't seem like it, right? But it's really not. It's not doing those types of people a service. We're only further perpetuating their illness. When we continue to be there. Hit me. Oh, I went out and got fucked up about 12,000 karmics. And I still haven't learned my lesson. They stole from me. I still don't get it. I'm still chasing toxicity, but hit me. Divine feminine. Divine masculine, hit me up. We're not here to be people's energetic drugs. But that's a lesson that each of us have to learn prospectively when we're ready. We have to deal with our own inner child trauma wound that has us in that exploits that beautiful nature, those beautiful energies that we've come here, is to expand the awareness and consciousness of humanity as well as ourselves, but those who are divinely guided and those who are open and receptive and those who are ready to take on those energies for the purpose of healing, not for the purpose of, I want to feel better so that I can go out there and do more fuck shit. I want to feel better so that I can feel like a man. So I can feel like a woman and go out there and whore around the Americas. You know. Build my confidence up because those whores done tore me down. Oh, God. They done ran circles around me. Oh, feed me. So that I can feel like I deserve to live. Oh! Refusing to learn the lesson of why we got beat the fuck up to begin with. We're not there for that. Hey, whoever said, hey, what it do? Right? We're not here for that, yo. Those of you, y'all know who y'all are out there. We ain't here for that shit. I'm telling y'all, Bloomy Bloom done lived. I'm talking about from friends to romantic partners alike. Okay? Yeah, they love being around you. It's that energy. See, this is what people don't be... Connect the damn dots. Connect the goddamn dots. Why are you drawn to beautiful souls? People that may be simple, but it's something about who they are and their energy. Why is this? Connect. It's not to be taken lightly. And it's not to make people feel better in their toxicity. It's not meant to be used in that way. It's meant to provoke change. It's not meant to stroke people in their ego. It's not meant to stroke people in their shadow. It's not meant to stroke people in their sleep state. It's not meant to keep people in their patterns of toxicity. It is meant to provoke change. See, collective, if you're anything like me, people, yeah, they certainly do love being around you. They always have. They enjoy the benefit of being around your energy. Boy, they be feeling like they can fly. After they hang with you for a while, they feel wonderful again. They don't even know why they feel wonderful again, but they feel wonderful again. But they don't want to do the same work and efforts that you have put into your life to continue to hold that energy. These people want the benefit of your energy without needing to be anything like you to hold that kind of energy. They'd rather suck it off of you, for lack of better words. And when they're done with their feed and their supply, go get their ass whooped again, because see, this is inevitable. These types of people are like pumpkin heads. Okay? Because they're going to go and they're going to get their asses whooped again. And it's going to be, the universe is going to say, again. Again, just like in the Matrix training. Again. Again. And they're going to keep getting knots. Again. 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 And they're going to be pissed about it, but it's not going to stop. Again. Again, because they're not catching it. You heard? They want to benefit off of your beautiful energy without needing to do the things that you do to hold that energy. You can be a meditator. You can be somebody that connects with nature. You can be somebody that is a tree hugger, and the people laugh at that shit. But they whole ass so like to be around you, though. Yeah. They mock that shit. And they get in their groups. Right? But they sure the fuck be missing you. Somebody said spot on with that one, Bloom, right? They sure be missing you. They sure be wants to, if the walls can talk, they sure would like to have them just shit. If they can just have, let me hold you tight for only just one night, bitch. Like, yeah. Why is this? In collective, you guys have had to realize, like, look, you can leave a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. They mocked the things in which you talk about, that you share, because it's a part of why you hold the frequency you hold. And they make a mockery of it. But you ain't the one that's wanting to be all up in their energy. They're the ones wanting to be up in yours. So let's make that make sense. This is why we must guard our energy. I'm not saying be walled off. I'm saying guard. Tend to it like a beautiful garden. Okay, because some people just want to go. They just want to hit. They have no vibrational intention of wisdom, growing, transforming, so that they too can tap into beautiful energies that they can cultivate on their own. Because essentially, that's what every last one of us really ought to be doing. So that we're not codependent on a healer. Healers are activators. They're old souls. But they're not supposed to be somebody's source. We're not here to be harvested in that way. We're here to expand and share as we're divinely guided. But it's with the intention of activating people. Those who grab that to activate, realizing like, hey, I can tap into this for me as well. If I want to, if I do the journey, if I do the work, if I seek the ways that I can tap into this, then I ain't got to be trying to chase one hoe after the next. I won't have to be trying to chase one toxic connection after the next, trying to get a feed. Feed me. Help me. I will learn that I can go in and tap in and call my guides and ancestors and make these choices in life that helps me to tap into the energy of peace and all these beautiful frequencies I feel when I'm connected to healer types. But it's hard to benefit off of something, though, that we disrespect or make a mockery of. This is why some people are finding it a challenge at this point. Because they shit on it. They poo-pooed on it. And now some of these same people are looking on YouTube to find some healing frequencies. they mocked it. They talked about it. They made a public mockery of it in some cases. And now some of these very same people are secretly, because see, they may be trying to hide this shit because of all the drama they done talked. You heard? And all the drama they still talk, but then when they go home, shit, they on YouTube status, frequencies, bitch. They looking for something. They ain't telling nobody. But see, this is why it's hard for them to be able to tap into the benefit of it. Yep. Because you can't get the full benefit of something that you have disdain, that you are making a public mockery of. So you might as well stop looking for reading secretly, and you might as well stop looking for the frequencies. If you are making a public mockery, acting like you're not into it, those people are crazy, well, you ain't fencing, so just save it then. You heard? Because it ain't gonna happen, Captain. And then they be mad. They be mad collective. Then they be talking about, see, this is why I know this ain't real and this is fake. Yeah, no, it's because you have no access denied, friend. Access denied, friend. Access denied, 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 because you have no respect for it. So stick to the 3D things in which you put all of your faith in. Because that's your lot. Somebody says facts bloom. Yeah. Because you know why I'm saying this? Because I've had people in my past, some of them my own kinfolk. Okay? To the world and to others, they put on a persona as if they were not into certain things. But why is it that they would reach out to me asking me, where am I getting information, recipes, or my heat, woo-dee woo? Because I wasn't reaching out to them. Trying to give them nothing. I wasn't trying to push none of that shit. But they reached out to me, though. Why is this? Yeah. Woo, honey child, when them karmic wheels start coming back around. Child, honey child. They on YouTube. They looking for it. Hell, they on my shit. Let me see if Brandy gonna do a light language. But I thought I was crazy. Insane, right? And now you're looking for it. Fascinating. Fascinating. Y'all laughing? Because look, I started, as I moved forward, I haven't been putting a lot of that out there, and it's actually on purpose. It's for a reason. I ain't gonna lie. In terms of the Reiki, the light language, all those things that are a part of what I do with Bloom, it's for a reason. But look, I also put Intentions Collective, because see, I was like, I'm going to change the game. This is how we going to do this. You heard? Since we got thieves and you know what I'm saying, stalkers and shit, this is how we going to roll. I'm putting some codes in that shit, bitch. You get into the wrong hands, this shit ain't going to go right. I sure did. I was like, nope. This is meant for benevolent souls. And what I mean by that is people with pure intent. Benevolent intentions. Not that they're perfect, but they don't have any weird hidden dishonor. It's meant to help those types of people. It's not meant to help people that's trying to run from their karma. Yes, I said that correct. It is not meant to help people that's trying to run from their karmic ramification for trying to kill people. You heard? You heard me? Or for people that's trying to look for shortcuts and don't want to do the journey, but just want to feel better all the damn time, but don't want to make any changes so that they won't have to keep trying to feel better. Because if they would make the fucking changes and implement these changes enough over time, they won't have to keep trying to find more ways to feel better from the fuckery. So I put codes in. I was like, yeah, this is how I want this shit to go. Light team, boom, time release. Nope, not for them. Nope, nope. So they can say it don't work good because it's not going to work for you. Correct. Nope, 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 nope. Reverse effect for this one. Reverse effect for that one. Those who are trying to steal and use this and sell this off, yeah. Reverse effect over there, yes. So see, they gonna learn. Oh, you want to steal some shit, motherfucker? Guess how this is gonna go down. I played it and it doesn't work. See, it doesn't work. You're correct. It's not going to for you. But there are many others that have testament to yes, the fuck it does. Anyway, I know I'm being naughty, but I'm hoping to help my compadres out there. You heard? To free yourself, from overthinking and honoring your beautiful energy. And I know that you're not perfect, but again, we're not here to be energetic heroin. Okay? It's not going to work. You're not helping. It's enabling. It's called enabling. When we let people run in and out, in and out, in and out, like kids, run in and out, in and out. Okay, going all over the globe, wreaking havoc, tornadoes and hurricanes, basically doing all manner of evil. And then here they come. They do it again. You bandage them up. Okay, it's okay. You just need to wake up and heal, and you need to ascend and shit. It's okay. They got their fix. Thank you. And then they feel better again. They feel strong again. Now they putting their chest out again. Boom, bitch. Here they go, looking for some more karmic cunts. Here we are. They're still trying to find validation in the wrong places. Here we go. They get their ass whooped again. Oh, I'm hit. I'm hit. Yeah, you're kind of missing the whole lesson. So the universe is patient. They're just going to simply keep saying, your team is going to say, again, 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 again. I know y'all tired of hearing it, but look, again, because this is how the nature of these types of people. Again. They think it's going to be different this time. No, it's not. Again. They thought they were amping up their game too bad. They're not smarter than the universe. Again. They're exhausted. Universe said, are you ready yet? Not? Okay. Again. Keep recycling holes. Okay, you still haven't learned that yet either. Okay. Again. Still focused overly on the external. Okay. Again. To their death in some cases. High vibers, our position, just get out the way. That's what our position is. Get out the way. Let them self-destruct. Because that's their free will choice. If you try to insert yourself as God, it's going to hurt you. Our position is to get out the way and to not feed. Because guess what? If we're feeding, then it's going to drain us. And guess what? Sometimes we're going to absorb these people's bad karma. Yes, yep, I found that out as well. And this is why they keep trying to have open doors. Okay? It's still just another attempt to run away, to try to run from their bad karma. Consequences to their actions. Okay? Go out there and have a shit show. You know what I'm saying? Reckless, living recklessly and mindlessly. Not giving a fuck. Right? And then when it rips you to pieces, totally exhausts you, then look for a healer. Sometimes the lesson is people need to go through what they have to go through in order to, if they choose to, become decent folks, to become whole, to become healed. Otherwise, they're going to continue on. We have heard these stories time after time about the reasons why players are players, whores are whores, or whatever. We have heard these stories time after time that they're this way because they can. They're this way because they have a harem of individuals that's all too happy to be their enablers. Pick me chicks and pick me dudes. So as long as people have that going, it takes these types of individuals longer to get to that ultimate place of either I'm going to change or I'm going to die. Shit. Burn all the bridges. You hear what I'm saying? But as long as people have enabler types, it takes them a long time to stop those toxic ways. As the high vibers, that we're not to even be concerned with that. We're to be concerned with manifesting people who ain't in that. Okay? So that you can have beautiful experiences of your own. Reciprocal relationships. People that are not just looking for you as spiritual and energetic heroine. Ooh, I feel so good when I'm around them, and now I feel like I'm Superman and Superwoman, so I can go get whatever I want in the world. Thank you for your beautiful energy, and fuck you. Yeah, somebody said that. Yeah, let them self-destruct. Yeah, we're not to do that, because that's actually giving an energy to the universe that we don't have respect for ourselves. That we don't have respect for our beautiful energy that we're meant to be able to hold for ourselves and the world, the collective consciousness, the many who need it and who would value it and appreciate it. When we're spending it on people who don't value it, it's a waste. In a sense that it could have been directed to those who do. Okay, because there are many who will. They will be most grateful, okay, and have respect and honor for beautiful energy. Somebody says it was so draining. Yeah, it's very draining. When you deal with toxic vampire types, it is draining because they have nothing. They have nothing. And I mean that. Nothing. Nothing. Okay? They're good at fucking and partying and shopping and stealing. but they have nothing to offer. And it's only because of the life they've chose. It takes effort to become a soulful, whole, well-rounded being. It takes effort to cultivate these peaceful energies and all these things that people are drawn to healers for. It ain't just, ooh, it's like, okay, choices, lifestyles. They don't be wanting to take on the kind of lifestyle some of y'all's got. Some of y'all live a clean and sober life, and they mock even that. But yet and still, they want to be around you. Okay, some of you all know how to, be grounded, and you're able to enjoy the simple things in life, which keeps you in this state of being able to have a level of contentment and peace, because you ain't panting and clawing like the rest of the universe constantly for the next new this and the next new that and the next best this and the next best that, and who got the finest this and who got the finest that, because you ain't panting for that shit the way the rest are. Yet they mock you, but yet want your state of being at the same time. Your state of being is because you're detached. And you're not overly vested in keeping up with the Joneses or the Kardashians or whoever is popular this week. You see through the illusions and the bullshit, which keeps you in a state of neutrality and a level of groundedness. And some of them covet that, but they don't want to do the necessary changes in order to cultivate that. Over materialism come with a hefty price, man. And that price is insatiable desires that are never met. Somebody said spot on. It's just never met. It's always the next thing. It's always, they finally got the house. Now it's the next thing. They got the man or woman they thought they wanted, only to discover they don't even like their ass. Then it's the next thing. They got the, they got the car that they thought they always wanted, and now the car is the source of a headache. And now it's the next thing. They got the iPhone that they always wanted. Now they don't. It's the next thing. They got, boom, over and over and over and over. They got the surgery, and that wasn't good enough. They need the next surgery. Insatiable desires that's never met to fill those empty holes in them souls. This is why we must guard our energy. Because people like that nightlife. They like the party life. They like that, that fast life. They like all that shit till it didn't drain the hell out of them. And then they're looking for healers. People like them parties. You heard? Sounds exciting until it damn near kill you. Until one of them orgies was that one orgy that possibly got you caught up. It'd be fun until the consequences. You heard? respond to them, consequences start hitting. And then they look for the healers. For those that were grounded and cultivating their energy and working on their traumas and working on their woundings and knowing the importance of their sexual energy and woo-de-woo, then they look, you know what I'm saying, for those types. Come here. No, friend. You got to go buy your own, like that old school soul glow commercial. You got to get your own. Yes, it is meant. You got to learn how to cultivate this shit the same way the healers did. Going into a state of isolation for introspection, transformation, with full intention of clearing your energy and changing your life. It's that simple. Because healers are starting to step into their power. Awakened healers and empaths, those that are not operating from their own traumas and wounding and getting the false sense of identity by being an overextender and helper to people who don't want to heal and wake up. Calling that empath. That's not what an empath is. That behavior is an unhealed empath, possibly, that's enabling. That's not an empowered empath. As more people in that healer type of energy is waking up and putting these boundaries, it's helping to shift the collective consciousness, because just like children, until their children's parents implement structure and discipline, then the children go wild. They go wild. Why is this? Because they know their mama and their daddy is going to always put a band-aid on it. No matter how old they is and how many times they done been down that road, they know that all they got to do is bat their eyes and make promises of reform that they never intend to keep. Until parents say, hey, in love, go, nah, my friend, no. I've taught you well. I've provided you all of the information and knowledge that you need. I have been a living example. I have been loving and kind through all of your transitions and your failures and your mistakes. Now it's at a stage and phase of the game that you're going to have to see what life is for yourself. You're going to have to know what it's like to learn the lessons and laws of the universe that applies to every being. Cause and effect. And I'm getting in the way of that because I'm always here singing you, rock my baby on a treetop. And you're 40. I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you to become a decent person by coddling you when you're doing some pretty wicked things. I have to show you that there's cause and effect by letting you go. That if somebody ain't going to be there to bail you out of being a killer, you're going to feel that. Somebody ain't here bailing you out of beating up people, assault and battery. You're going to feel that. You have to learn that this behavior is not okay. And I have tried to talk to you for years about that, and you have opted to not listen. So I have opted to take my hands completely off of you and let you go live. I may cry. I may be in the background somewhere like this shit finna go down, bitch. I don't know what's finna happen, bitch, because this shit, if I ain't there, whoa, cleaning up the messes, trying to hide the fact that they're a lunatic and a killer. That they finna feel this. They gonna feel this. But they need to. Because they haven't yet connected the dots that there is cause and effect for everything. And these behaviors is not okay. And collective, we have to take on that attitude. It's not that we're doing anything to people, but we have to take on the attitude. Like, we're not here to be the cleanup crew for people who want to continue to go out and make shit show of their lives and other people's. Putting people in harm's way, not giving a fuck about innocent lives. The more we coddle these types of individuals, we're in the way. This is a part of what was wrong with the older generation. And I'm talking about generations that are older than mine. The older generations. Not holding, first and foremost, not being a proper example. Second of all, not holding shit accountable. Being a contributor to the problem. Hiding it. Denying it. Making excuses for it. So I'm just going to pray. No, it's a cowardly approach. It's a coward. They don't want to be held accountable to doing the right thing themselves. We must be the change. And collective, those of you who resonate with anything that I do in a similar journey, you are the change. You're the change. But this is why your life has been what it's been too. Because you are. You're the change that the toxicity in your bloodline and society did not want to have happen. So there's been a collaboration long before you was walking to try to stop your healing, your ascension, because you are the game changer. This is why you were the scapegoat. This is why you were the black sheep. This is why you were the target of all of these individuals' abuse in secret. This is why they got communities and groups together to come against you. Because you are the game changer. And they wanted to try to, as quickly as possible, discredit you. Because it's through you that all the dark secrets of these families are going to be revealed. And they know it. So they had to make you look like everything but what you are. Essentially, they had to make you look like what they are. Lunatics. We're here to allow ourselves to be free, which means we have to honor our energy and stop giving to lunatics in this way. Hey, how's it going? Whoop. It's going good. I'm just sharing with y'all, some dropping some knowledge. You heard? Trying to get those out there in a more simple place in the mind to not overthink a lot of this stuff. Okay? We're not going to make people well, collective, by sacrificing ourselves. You're not going to make people well by letting them latch on to you, and they're draining the life out of you. Somebody says something, you are the truth. Aw, hey. I ain't perfect, but yeah, I'm speaking truth. You heard? Y'all laughing at me. You heard? Is that what it says? You heard? I know, right? I be saying you heard. when I go on my tangents, it's funny. I know I'm kind of comical. But I'm proud of y'all. I'm rooting for y'all out there, and I'm hoping that it's lightening up, some of the stuff that you may be dealing with or struggling with in your heart and your minds pertaining to how you have had to make these changes. Okay, especially when you have a lot of people that may try to guilt trip you, and the gaslighting, the triangulation, and because you don't want to sacrifice yourself by being too closely entangled with lunatics. And lunatics also carry briefcases. Okay, most of us be having these images of what we look at pictures and movies, and we be thinking it's going to come in a certain appearance, but a lunatic can have a briefcase. Yes. A lunatic can have a degree. Several. Hannibal Lecter, was he not intelligent? Was he not a doctor? Yes. Lunatics can have mansions. Lunatics can have beautiful social media presences where they give to all of these communities. We got to get over that. These 3D images and that we equate. Lunatics can be in church. Lunatics can be at the Reiki Center. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Lunatics can work at the children's hospital, and they can still equally be a lunatic. I'm sorry to inform you. Lunatics can be handsome, pretty. You see what I'm saying? Like, we got to get over what we think a lunatic would look like. They can be handsome, pretty, honey, fine as wine. Honey child. And still be gone on gone status. Somebody says, I feel like they generally are. Sometimes they are. Now, sometimes because if they're on the narcissistic spectrum, they be putting, especially the more overt type, all of them really, but they put a whole mountain load of emphasis on their physicality. And so because of that, they have a tendency to have invested all of their money and resources into their physicality. Okay, because this is a part of their trap. This is the part of what is used as bait. Right? So, they be fine. Now, it's not to say all fine people, we can't say all fine people crazy, right? But yeah, a lot of them do be. They be like, that's why I be telling people, like, look at him. Oh, Bloomy Bloom done learned the hard way. You heard? Like, you can't get stuck on that. Because that's genetics and or money. Okay? Some kids, they pay good money, bitch. Anyway. Oh, shit. Don't mean they ain't crazy as hell. You heard? Y'all better swallow that. Pun intended. Don't mean they ain't crazy. Right? So just be wise, y'all. Okay? 2023 is this year. There's so much change happening in a good way. Those old energies are dropping. And so it's kind of like this is just the time of doing things differently. It's a whole, like a fresh air. Like we're not in the old paradigm. We're not going to be, we ain't wounded empaths and we ain't, addicted to helping. It's like we're managing that properly. We're not going to be people's heroin and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the fuck? You heard? We're going to love on ourselves and give in balanced ways. And let people be. That's the most loving thing y'all can do. Let them go. Because you ain't finna change them, honey. Let them go. Talking about men and women alike. Let them go. You're not here to sacrifice yourself for people who want to be stuck. Some people want to be stuck. They want to stay stuck. You're not here to have yourself stuck because they want to be stuck in the name of love. In the name of love, you're to move on. Okay? Because they're not going to be happy and satisfied. If you watch these people's lives from afar, or if you were to be a fly on the wall, you will discover that their life is on Groundhog's Day because of their refusal to change. They go from one adventure thinking it's supposed to be the motherfucker after the next, only to find out it wasn't. And you don't want to, stagnate your life in that way. And I'm talking friends, lovers, you name it. Some people aren't meant to go on with us. And sometimes we want people to because we've known them since 2002. But some people aren't meant. We were supposed to learn our lessons and get on the good foot, bitch. Be like, thank you. Shit. I'm so glad we've had this time together. It's time for me to move on, you see. Right? And guess what? That's all right. I enjoyed these conversations with y'all. Oh, Bloomy Bloom is a little bit behind with the uploads on the YouTube, but don't worry. I'm going to go through the live center, making sure sound is good on certain ones, and I'm going to get those up for you. If y'all aren't already subscribed, I invite you to, if you're guided to, support and subscribe over there on YouTube. We got a whole lot of tons and tons of goodies over there for y'all. Those are the two places y'all should be seeing me as me. Okay, I know people do share on other platforms, but those are the only two places, here and then the YouTube you click on when you click on the icon here. Those are the only two places you all should be seeing me as me. Okay, anything else is an imposter. Okay, I'm just letting you know. People's attempts to put confusion out there to the masses. All right, so be careful. I'm not hustling y'all. I'm not inboxing y'all. I ain't asking y'all to give me $5 cash app. I got a word. I ain't rolling like that. I share my information. Those that are divinely guided to seek something personal usually do. Okay? When I run specials, I put it out there on a public sense, but I'm not inboxing individuals. I don't use WhatsApp, Cash App. The only portal for contribution is PayPal. The link is on my YouTube homepage. So there's only one PayPal, and I'm advising people to click on the link so that they don't get confused with clicking onto something else or somebody else's pretend shit that's supposed to be me. Okay? Be vigilant. All right. I love my high vibe tribers, men and women alike. If you're newly awakening and healing, I'm proud of you as well. You have made the decision to become a decent person and to continue to transform. So you're taking on the path least traveled. So I'm proud of you too. Make the changes. Know that you have a right and deserve to make those changes, okay? Somebody says 90 minutes. Don't forget to take a break. I took a break, TikTok. I've been putting breaks in between. Okay, anyway. All right. Hang in there, y'all. Give them hell. You heard? Give them hell.